down walk walk down the street for 4 blocks.
What street?
What's the name
What's
of
the
the
name
street?
of the street?
What's the name of the street?
Look at the map. Look at the
What's the
map.
name of the street?
Where are we now? Where are we now? What is the name of the hostel?
YHA.
YHA.
Yes.
Central Sydney. So, here, right?
Yes.
And the place we are going to is the town hall. So, we have to go on what street?
Give the name of the street.
George Street.
George Street. Yes.
Okay.
How many blocks from here? How many blocks from here? 4 blocks from here. And then we just try because the tour already left. And when we do the tour again at 2:30.
Hi, my name is Som. I'm part of one teacher. I am student to Vichayalai School and my age is 12. I'm in grade 7. The thing that I like is games, food, and some subject like maths and science. And thing that I don't like is worm and snake.
That's it?
Hello, my name is Nasa. I'm from Thailand.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Okay.
Born in Bangkok. Born in Bangkok. 11-year-old. Born on 3 August 2005. Now I'm in Australia. In Sydney. We just arrived at
In Hatayongtu. Cartoon. Yes. Good, good. You like cartoon? Can you sing a song? You like drawing picture? Yes. What picture do you like most? Flower, animals, portrait? What?
What's that?
What?
Ah.
Natural picture. Okay.
My name is Nampung. I'm come from St. Joseph Convent High School and I am 13 years old. I'm born in 25 April. Yeah.
No. Can I ask you more?
A little bit more.
I like playing basketball and swimming, but I don't like to running and big backpack like that. Yeah.
Okay, where are you now?
Yeah. I'm in Australia. I arrived at I arrived at 6 o'clock. Yeah.
How many days
Yeah,
days in Australia?
I stay in Australia for 15 days and I going to Thailand again in another 15 October. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hante. I'm 13 years old. Today, talk a bit about I go to Australia and say what in the weather in Australia. I think it's warm and have some wind. I think the language. Oh no, sorry. The language is here is in English. it's so much national holiday in here.
For example,
Example, British, American, India, Thai, Chinese, Japanese, Australian, Korean. That's it.
that's it. Okay.
Hello, my name is Web. Now,
How do you feel now?
how do you feel now?
Wanna
Are you
go to the
sleepy?
toilet?
Are you sleepy? Are you tired? But I sleep. Pardon? But I sleep. You are sleepy. You are sleepy. Okay. You want to make you feel better? Okay, I have something to do. Last night, you were on the plane. Last night you were on the plane. I want you to write down what happened on what was happening on the plane. How do you feel? How do you feel?
I already write it.
Okay, yeah, but at
too
least,
long.
but at least not just one sentence.
How is everybody feeling? Excited? Yeah. I'm excited. That's not fun today. My name is Jake. Jake is my name. You might forget my name, and that's totally fine. People do kind of tend to forget my name along the way. Feel free to come and ask me again if you forget, or you can just call me whatever you want to call me. Edge of the old township. So out here was the original site of the marketplace for the old colony. But once they had removed the cemetery, built the town hall, more important people started moving up to this area of the city. So they decided they wanted to build a nicer building around the marketplace. And then in 1898, they had finished off and opened up this beautiful Romanesque style building. And the building itself has actually had a bunch of different functions. It did start out as a marketplace, but didn't really work very well as a market. So that then moved down to Haymarket near Central Station, then eventually further out of the city. Then the building did a couple of different things. It's been partly a library, partly a performance space, some fancy tea rooms were added in, it stored wine in its cellars for a couple of years, but by the 1970s, it had been taken over by the electrical company. Melbourne were like, but we're like younger, more vibrant. We should be the capital. So that's my impersonation of Melburnians right there. If you head down to Melbourne, you'll find it's quite accurate actually. They're all like that. It's really weird. Totally kidding. Melbourne's great. Anyway, both the cities, we both fought so hard. We were both so stubborn, really. They had to build a whole new city in between the two of us, which of course is Canberra, our capital city. I should admit though that Melbourne was the capital for the first 26 years. That's kind of how long it took to get Canberra up and running. But next important opera house there. Some other things to quickly point out here. We are at Circular Quay, or Sydney Cove. It's where the first fleet sailed in on the 26th of January 1788. Today it's sometimes big cruise ships, but not today, which is nice, and ferries that sail in and out of the harbour. A trip that or if you're going to be catching a ferry, you will more than likely be leaving one of the wharves along here. This is the hub of the ferry network, and a trip that I definitely personally recommend is a trip out to Manly Beach. So the ferry ride itself is fantastic. It takes about half an hour to get to Manly Beach, so you get a good bit of time out on the water, see the extent of our harbour system. You'll also sail right around the Opera House, get a fantastic view of all its angles, and then you'll end up in Manly Beach. And Manly Beach is one of the nicer beaches here in Sydney. And I'm not just saying that because it's a beach on the other side of the bridge, but it is, so you know it's going to be good. Wharf 3 is where to head. Let's stop just here to point out some points of interest. So across the street inside this building, you'll find the Visitors Information Centre, which is a good place to find out more information about other things to do while you're here, tourism, things like that if you wanted to. Something I want to quickly mention, if you do want to find out more about the Indigenous history of Sydney, or this area I should say, which is something that we don't cover on this tour. There are some amazing tours here run by Australian native Aborigines, but like I said, I've kept the best till last, and that's my personal favourite thing here in Sydney, the beautiful Sydney Harbour Bridge. The Harbour Bridge was such an important development for the city. It was technically our first icon. It really started to kind of put us out on the map. It was built between 1923 to 1932, and it was actually built during a period of major depression. So it very much helped boost the workforce of the day. It was a great thing for the city. It earned its nickname, the Iron Lung, because it kept Sydney breathing through a hard time. But that being said, unfortunately during its construction, 16 people lost their lives on site due to the poor workplace safety measurements in that there were none. But what it did achieve is that it bridged across the harbour. It more permanently connected the south and the north sides of the city, very much helping development of the northern suburbs of Sydney. But it did divide the Rocks area. It led to the demolition of over 500 homes in the Rocks, and those families were actually moved on without any compensation as well. So they were not a big fan of the bridge. They came up with their own nickname for it. They called it the Ugly Coat Hanger, which these days kind of sticks weirdly, but without the ugly. We just call it the Coat Hanger Bridge, or the Coat Hanger.
Should be a nice day up there. They are forecasting rain or showers, possibility of showers, more than likely later in the afternoon. We'll probably have departed the Blue Mountains by that stage. If you've got any questions during the day, please don't hesitate to ask. If I don't know the answer to your question, I'll try and find out what the right answer is. I'll ask my fellow countrymen here. If we can't come up with the right answer, we'll make up something that'll sound fairly convincing. So please don't hesitate to ask questions during the day. Coach has heating and cooling. If it's too hot, too cold, let me know. Now you should be back in the city this afternoon sometime between about 5:45 and 6:30, somewhere in that time frame. Now we don't physically bring you back into the city on the coach, that'd be far too boring. We put you on a ferry at either Homebush Bay or Rydalmere Ferry Wharf. You come down the Parramatta River. On the boat, Parramatta River opens up to become Sydney Harbour, and the boat will dock at Circular Quay. Circular Quay is where the ferries come in down near the Opera House, and once you get off the boat at Circular Quay between 5:45 and 6:30, that brings your tour to a conclusion. Bear in mind there's no transfer from Circular Quay back to your hotel or accommodation. You make your own way back to your hotel or accommodation from Circular Quay. The track, and our first stop in the Blue Mountains will be either Echo Point or Scenic World, one of the two, and then from there a couple of lookouts around Katoomba. We'll have a lunch break. Just not sure exactly where we'll fit the lunch break in, but we'll have a lunch break somewhere. Lunch break will be in the village of Lura.
Haven't ever driven this one before, so let's see how we go. Best of luck to me. That's a joke, guys. Everyone relax.
How do you feel?
Oh, a little bit excited.
I'm very excited, but I'm very scared of height.
230 metres.
How do you feel?
Of Sydney Harbour.
It's so beautiful.
Would you yourself fresh on these back to Scenic World guys? On the right there, guys, the Katoomba waterfall. On the right.
How do you
Second
feel?
highest waterfall in the Blue Mountains. 230 metres.
How do you feel,
That one's
Webb?
fed by a natural spring, so it runs all year round. Doesn't consider drinking water.
Webb, how do you feel?
On the left hand side there, guys, that is the Jamison Valley. Big flat tabletop down in the middle is Mount Solitary.
How do you feel?
Walk up there and camp on top. And to the left of that, you've got the
How do you
Three
feel?
Sisters, your famous Three Sisters. Now the Jamison Valley, what you guys see in front of you.
เอาที่ไหนมาเลยออกด้วยกันอยู่ด้วยกันอยู่ด้วยกันดูความสูง
Go through these towers, 230 meters into the valley. Okay, everyone, left hand side, Three Sisters, Sunday Man. Some cockatoos soaring over the valley, and our beautiful cliff faces on the right hand side.
You are volunteer, right? Or you work here?
Work here.
Work here.
Yeah. How many places have you visited? Sydney?
Sydney, Sydney, we visit Town Hall.
Town hall?
We live in YHA Sydney Central.
Yep.
Yes. And
แล้วก็ไปไหน
yesterday you went to.
we went to yes.
Can't even remember.
I cannot remember. Yes, many.
Where? Tell your friend. Where?
And museum, but
A museum?
we didn't go there. Go inside.
And where? Help. Where we go yesterday? Bye bye. Ready? ตื่นเต้นไหมตื่นเต้นไหม
เต้นนิดหน่อยเลย
Excited? Okay.
Welcome to the World Secrets Railways. My name is Maya.
We're going down, going up. I don't know.
We are back with the World Secrets Railways.
อ๋อมันแบบ
แล้วเราก็จะขึ้นแบบชันๆเลย
เสียงมันก็แบบแบ็คเอนด์